Hey, welcome to this webinar on digital marketing. Okay, this is our Empower series, and today we're covering how to develop your business online. Okay, this webinar is the first of a series of six. Okay, the next webinar that is coming up is the importance of a professional website. And then we're going to be talking about how to becoming an authority in your field and how to actually use social media to develop your business and then implement a real and profitable email marketing strategy along with boosting your revenues with paid ads. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in on our topic of today. So, what we will talk about today, first, a short introduction on what actually digital marketing is, and then we're going to be covering the different benefits of digital marketing, and then we're going to be going into the different forms of digital marketing that exist that you can actually employ in your business to move it forward. And then at the end, we're going to have like a question and answer section and we're gonna close the session there, right? So let's get cracking. So first of all, we wanted to thank you, right? To thank you for joining us today. We're really happy that you have joined us today for this webinar on how to develop your business online. Okay, we are going to we're going to discuss strategies and share with you some tips and some tricks that you can implement in your business, right, to develop your activity online. Like I was saying earlier, today we'll cover a series of aspects of digital marketing. Okay, and among those topics, we're gonna be talking about like what is an actual digital marketing strategy. Then we're gonna be talking about how to create your website, search engine optimization, social media marketing, content marketing, and different aspects like that that you actually need to streamline and develop in the form of a strategy to develop your business online. So, what is I would say the main rule of digital marketing, right? The whole point of digital marketing is to present the best offer, right? Like the right offer at the right person, at the right moment, and at the right place, right? So basically, you want to make sure that you talk to the right person when they actually need your product, right? And then make sure that they're satisfied with the solution that you're providing them with. The benefits of digital marketing, right? Using a digital marketing strategy is really beneficial for any type of business in today's landscape, right? But if we were to group them in a few in a few items, we would say the first one is the ability to reach more potential customers, right? And then you get a lot of flexibility, right? Customization, the cost effectiveness, measurement and analytics, and the speed of the returns, right? Or the strategies. So this is just like a quick overview, right? And coming up next, we're going to be going through each one of these and explain a little bit more. So first point, right? Reach more potential customers. With the advent of internet and everybody now on their mobile phones, right? It's becoming easier and easier to reach people across the globe. Like the mondialization is making things very easy. Even back in my country, back in Africa, it has become very easy to access information online. So with this, yeah, your market grows exponentially, right? And this is one thing that digital marketing brings to us, the ability to reach a really wide audience. Another point that is really good about digital marketing is that you can actually be as flexible as possible. Remember, I was saying earlier, you want to bring the right offer to the right person at the right time and at the right place. And this is a flexibility that digital marketing allows us to have. Like somebody prefer video content, somebody prefer seeing a publication or a post like when they come off work, somebody at the start of the day. Depending on what your audience is, you want to tailor, right, your strategy or your content to them to talk specifically to that person. And that is one advantage that digital marketing has brought us. So expanding on the different benefits of digital marketing, one that works really hand in hand with flexibility is customization or personalization, if you prefer, right? So I'm sure you've had this experience before where you were looking for something online and then you started seeing content that was literally talking to you because you did a search on Google, and the results that you find are tailored specifically to that query that you did. This is customization. That's one part of it. Another part of it, like maybe you subscribe to a website right now, right? And then maybe on the website you had purchased some shoes, if you were if you're a guy or lady actually, and then depending on your interest, the company where you bought the shoes from started sending you emails about relevant products that are close to that one. Maybe it's a different type of shoes that people like to buy also, or maybe that is based from their data, of course, or maybe it's just I don't know, a compliment to that shoes, right? To those shoes, my bad. This is one example of customization, right? Now, if you go on to the next one, is the cost effectiveness, and this is a really important one. Like in the traditional marketing landscape, you had to pay I don't know how many thousands of dollars, right, to reach your audience through the journals, right? And you don't even know who's gonna read your ad. Are they even interested in your product in the first place, right? So there's like even on TV, there's like thousands of dollars that you spend to show your product to maybe like 2 million people, and sometimes even not even the 100,000 are interested in that, right? But then with digital marketing, you can make sure that your product is shown to a person that has actually shown an interest in that product. Like I was talking earlier, I was doing a research for the shoes, for example, right? And I'm only shown results that are relevant to my query. So I'm on the market to find shoes. So I only see products that are relevant to that. I only see shoes. So this is really cost effective. I don't have to show my ad or my products to 2 million people. I can focus on the 100,000 people that want a shoe right now and show them my ad. That is a really game changer, really big game changer, right? An additional point that is really important in digital marketing, right, as a benefit, you can count the ability to measure and analyze people's behavior and the results of your campaigns, right? Everything is really, it's literally like a science, actually, right? Let's say you run an ad again for the same shoes that I was talking earlier. I'm selling the shoes, for example, on my brand, and I've noticed that when people do the search to find a shoe, suppose my ad, in this case, I'm talking about ad because it's one of the fastest ways to generate a return on investment, right? And suppose I run an ad and people actually coming on my website, on my landing page that was built specifically to sell that shoe or a series of shoes or a collection, right? And I noticed that sometimes like 50 to 60% of the traffic that comes to that page, most of them stop scrolling at the middle of the page, right? Like they lose interest and they leave. Or that's an example. You can tell that after around 50 to 60% of your page, like there's an issue there. People are seeing something or they lose interest around there, which means that the first half of your page is not creating enough value for them. So there's some changes you need to do in this case. This is an example of measurement and analytics that can help you improve your processes later and make sure that you increase your conversion rates, right? So the last point that we're going to be covering today is actually the speed, right? With digital marketing, it has become really, I'm not going to say easy, but it's really faster, right? Just take the example that I was covering earlier, talking about digital marketing and traditional marketing, right? Traditional marketing, you're targeting maybe 2 million people, right? You don't even know if 100,000 people are going to be interested in that, compared to with digital marketing, you're targeting 2,000 people, maybe, but those 2,000 people have an interest in your product. So they have a higher rate of conversion, right? So let's take another example, right, for the speed. Let's say you run ads. You just started your business, but you have some budget to run ads. You've prepared your funnels, you've prepared your structure, everything is done properly, right? And you're ready to showcase your product to the community, right? You want to make some sales. Then you run ads, right, that are relevant to people that are searching for your product. In this case, let's say you run your ad and then you've come to, I don't know, 20,000 people that clicked on your ad. out of those 20,000, right, you can be generating like around 1 to 2% of conversion, right? And that is something that can literally come from the 30th day. Like it's not like you have to wait 6 months to a year to start generating an income from your ads, right? So this is one thing that is really, really powerful, and it's really, really making things, I'm not gonna say easier, but more streamlined and more precise in your marketing, right? The different forms of digital marketing. So we just finished talking about the different benefits of digital marketing, of a digital marketing strategy, right? And the question now is, okay, this is all good, but how do I actually implement this, right? What do I have to do? What topics or fields do I have to focus on to actually develop a good strategy that's going to help me bring my business to the next level, right? Now let's go over this. We've picked the most prominent ones. There's one or two more that we didn't cover in this webinar because it's a bit more I'm not gonna say technical, but it requires more. You need a videographer, right? And we're not gonna be covering that today. But in most cases, the things that you can actually start implementing in your business right now to develop your activity to the next level in the coming months. Let's go. So here we have like a basic image that is showcasing the main forms of digital marketing that we wanted to present today. We're gonna go with the one that most people know or have been doing without even knowing. It's social media marketing, right? Then we'll cover content marketing, search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, email marketing, affiliate marketing, and influencer marketing. So I was referring earlier to mobile marketing and video marketing. We're not going to cover these two in this video or in this webinar, right? But in upcoming content, we're going to be writing articles about those two, right? Now, social media marketing, right? I'm sure each one of us here has already posted the content on Facebook or even on a Twitter. Like you just saw something training, like, oh, like this is interesting, right? We've all done that. Now, I'm sure you've also come on some businesses pages and to learn more about who they are, what they're doing, and what type of activity, right, or business or even sales like they're running right now, right? If you find that information, that's precisely because that company is implementing a social media marketing strategy, right? Each content is tailored to give you value as much as possible. And the way to do that is to think ahead. Who is interested in my product? What do I need to tell them for them to be interested? What type of posts? Is it more text posts? Is it more images? Is it more videos? They need like some type of interaction, right? There's all type of things like of type of contents that we've seen, and now social media platforms have been pushing forward the reels. The reels right now are we're in 2023, May 2023, and right now the reels are like the big thing for the social media platforms because it creates like a sense of a visual. You're leaving something with the audience, and it makes the connection with the audience easier, right? So uh, social media marketing, you don't create content just like that. You need to plan ahead. Okay, what type of content I need to publish to create value in my audience and to nurture them, to make sure that they keep coming back to our page, right? We need to make our content as engaging or as in the right words is like useful. That's it. Create some type of value for them, right? And the most used platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and now TikTok, of course, right? And this is pretty much what we can say right now. Remember, this is the first webinar of a series of 6, right? In the upcoming webinars, each one of these fields is going to have its own webinar where we're going to be detailing and covering as much as possible data and processes and how to actually build um, each one of these in your strategies, right? Now, content marketing. So you've been publishing on social media, you've been sharing some information, but what type of information are you actually sharing? You need to create some type of content on your website that is going to create value for that audience, right? Suppose our example here. We just published a case study, right, where we interviewed our last client, right. We built a website for his business to improve his business processes and implement automation features and settings like that. And we wanted to talk with him to know his experience and is it good, is it bad, what is his next target. This is creating content for people like you that are going to discover our services now. So maybe that is going to create some value in you. And that doesn't mean that you're going to purchase something now, but at the very least, you've seen what somebody else experience was, and you're going to start thinking, oh, this could be good for me too. Oh, maybe I need this feature too. This is an example of content that creates value in your mind. So when you're ready to actually convert meaning starting a project with us, then you've had enough value and you know that, okay, we're an authority, we're a business leader, we are like really good in what we do, and we can provide you with the service that you need. So to do this, you need to create a series of content that cover the different stages of the funnel conversion. And we're going to cover what a funnel is in another webinar, right? Now, let's go on to how people actually do this. They create blog articles, right? They create stories, videos, and in this case, the case study that I was talking about, it was a video interview. It could have been like just a series of texts and questions that I just put in there and format them in the form of an article. But I realized that in this case, like it would be better to have like a real interaction with the person, and this would create a higher engagement in our audience, right? This is content marketing. Now, search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is a process by which we optimize the content and the pages on your website so that when somebody does a research on Google, on Bing, on Yahoo, then they can find one of the pages on your website that can give them the answer that they need, right? And this is a really critical part of digital marketing, and it's really, really ingrained and works together with content marketing. So when you create your content, you don't create your content randomly. Of course, you need a strategy. You need to know who you're talking to. And then once you create that content, how do you make sure that it's actually found online when somebody does the research? That's where search engine optimization comes in. So we use a series of techniques and tools, right? One of them is the main one actually is the keyword optimization, right? You target specific keywords that people do research around so that when they do that search, then your website pops up, right? So it's a continual process. It doesn't stop, continuous improvement. And then at some point, you just somebody does a research and you're the first one that pops like on the result pages, right? So the backlinks optimization is something that we use to build the authority of your website, right? So the more quality backlinks you have, backlink is a link from another website that is referencing some content on your website. That's all it is. But having high quality backlinks raises the value of your website in the eyes of the search engines, right? So if Google, for example, thinks that, oh, this person is looking for shoes. But then at some point, there's a series of magazines that have proven themselves already, right? They are known in the market, and they say that, oh, the shoes from this brand, they're good. They're all referencing your website. Then Google says, okay, all these brands are vouching for him. That means that his product is good. When somebody does the research, then your products is gonna say, Google is gonna say, oh, this guy is doing what this person needs. I'm going to show his website to that person, and eventually it's going to lead to a sale. That's how it works, right? Now, structured data is, we're going to go into structured data in a very more detailed way when we cover the search engine optimization. This is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? There's a lot of things to say about these things, and I'm looking forward to presenting this content to you guys. Okay, so pay-per-click advertising. Right. So we've talked about creating posts on social media, but the posts are relevant to the content that you have created on your website. Okay. The content that you created on your website is now being optimized for the Google search engines or the Bing search engines or even Yahoo search engines. Okay. Now, until your content is actually referenced or is showing up on the first page or second or third, depending on how well you're working on your optimization, right? What do you do to actually return some money on your investment? Well, that's where pay per click comes in. Advertising through paid ads. Now, this is like the fastest way to generate some income, provided that you have a solid funnel and conversion system. So suppose you have a real good conversion system in place, and now you get to the you want to run ads to generate some return until your search engine optimization takes effect, right? You can have returns as much as in as much as 2 3 days to a week to 2 weeks, and it can go really high as long as you have the budget for the ads. And you have to know that the downside to this is the moment you stop running the ads, then that's the moment where you stop returning on that money because your product is not showing up anymore in the Google search in the ads section of the search engines, right? So that is something that you need to keep in mind. And generally, what people do is a mix of search engine optimization for mid-term to long-term strategy and pay-per-click advertising for short-term strategy, right? And we're going to cover more of these when we dive into that webinar in particular. But some of the platforms that people use are Google Ads, Bing Ads, and Facebook Ads, for example, right? Now, email marketing. Let's cover email marketing. So, what is it about email marketing that makes it that interesting or that important in digital marketing? It's very simple, actually. Um, the first thing you have to know is most businesses' income, like the stable income, comes from the email list of the company, right? So the larger your email list is, and this is not coming from me, this is statistically proven, the more emails in your email list, the more income that you're going to be generating, provided that you implement the correct strategies and you communicate with your audience in the right manner at the right moment using the right content, right? It's also a science in itself. That's why it's a complete field in digital marketing. But the main advantages I would say for this is the automation, right? The ability to send automated emails provided somebody, let's say, subscribe to your newsletter, or they just purchase the product, so you send them like a gift the discount, right? Or you send them a thank you automatically. These are all types of things that are really useful. Another one is the retargeting and the cart recovery, right? Let's say somebody added the product to his cart, but he didn't finish your transaction, but he already gave you his email. You send him an email saying, "Hey, we noticed that you didn't completed your transaction. Is everything okay, or do you need help or something? In case everything is good, well, you can complete your transaction here." So this is one very powerful way to increase or optimize your conversion rate because in some cases it's not that the person is not interested in the product, is that maybe he was distracted, and people's attention in today's landscape, their attention is very fleeting. You cannot count on people staying on your website for that long. So you need to have ways to make them come back and complete the transactions should they need or actually be interested in the product, right? So one of the best way to do that is through automations, and also do like direct replies when somebody actually sends you an email, or reply to the email and try to provide the best value or the best service possible to that customer, so that eventually they become what we call advocates, right? They're gonna be promoting your website to the people around them. Okay. Affiliate marketing. So, what is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is that form of marketing that companies use to expand their field of communication, right? Use the power of networking, people and their audiences and their contacts and friends and families to actually develop first the brand awareness, and then second, it's really easier to sell something to somebody that you know than to sell something to somebody that you don't know, right? So how many times did it happen to you that, oh, you've bought that purse because your girlfriend says, hey, it's really nice, right? Or bought let's say like a course, right? You bought a course because you have a friend that said, oh, I did that course, it's really interesting. or even a book. It's the same principle. So when somebody tells you, hey, this product is good, like buy it if you're interested or if you have the need for it, it becomes like a point of trust because you know that that person has tested the product and it's really easier for them to trust you. So they trust you that they know to do the purchase. Now, affiliate marketing does leverages this aspect of human relationships, right, to increase or to scale the sales. So you're gonna give somebody a commission in returns of sales, right? In returns for sales, right? So let's say you get a person alpha that decided to become your affiliate because they have tested your product, they like your shoes, for example, they really love it, and they want, they know that somebody in their neighborhood or somebody in their network is actually a shoe lover also, or even provided that they know a lot of people, they know that they can sell this product to different people and generate some type of income. It's like really a passive business for them, right? It's not their active occupation in most of the cases, and they can generate like 10, 12, $100, $200 per day, depending on how much networking or how large the network is, right? This is a very, very small example. I'm talking about low ticket affiliate marketing in this case, but there's also high ticket affiliate marketing. The principle is exactly the same. The difference is that in this case, you will be selling higher priced products in return for a higher commission also, right? Higher ticket affiliate marketing, you can get like $100 for commission for one sale, or 200 or 300, or a recurring 30% of the sale, or recurring 20% of the sale for like 2 years. There's all types of programs for this, and developing an affiliate marketing program for your business is one of the greatest ways to actually develop or increase your network sales, right? Your sales network, my bad. And there are different platforms for this. I think the well-known one is ClickBank, if I remember properly. But you can also have impact, reward, full reversion, or you can build your own affiliate marketing system. This is something that we can build for you. If you have your website built with us, we can implement like a full affiliate marketing system should you need it. Okay, so let's go on to the next. Influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is really, really close to affiliate marketing. It's actually, I would even argue it's kind of a branch of it. Not really, but it's really close, right? Affiliate marketing is the process of having multiple people sell your products. Now, what happens if you have somebody that has a large audience? In today's landscape, we call them influencers. Well, that influencer, suppose an influencer has about 3 million people in his audience, and you can tell that, okay, suppose it's a 1% conversion. Well, 1% conversion of a 3 million audience is still a lot of sales, right? So people reference they use influencer marketing a lot, essentially to develop first the brand awareness, make sure that you build the weight of your brand online, and second to generate sales through them, because people that follow an influencer is they're following him because they trust that person, they trust that what he says or what he does is good, right? So it uses the same principle as affiliate marketing. As you can see, the difference here is that the person that you're working with, right, is a person that has a really, really large audience, right? And a lot of companies use this type of service to develop their business, right? And it can be done through YouTube, Instagram, podcast, Snapchat, and of course TikTok, right? And now that we've covered the different aspects that were, mostly used by companies nowadays, we're gonna be covering next the planning of the strategy, right? So, how to plan your strategy. A well thought out plan can help save time and effort as you work to reach your business goals. So, let's get started and create a roadmap for success. Well, first you got to do is understand the basics, right? So, how do you do that? The first thing you got to do is define your objective, right? Who your target audience is, and Research the digital landscape of your market. Now, what does that mean? Define your objective. Okay, let's say you want to start a business about selling a shoe. Again, that shoe. So how do you actually define your objective? Oh, I want to start a brand that, let's say, it helps people that have difficulties running, because sometimes people run and they're hurting in their shoes because the sole is not good. Though, so you found a way to develop a great product that solves that problem. Of course, your product always have to solve an issue or a pain point. If it doesn't do that, you're not going to succeed. It needs to resolve a problem, right? Next, the next thing you need to do is define, right? We just talked about it. Who needs that product? Is the person that is running like frequently, but often when he stops running, like when he gets home, he's hurting. His foot is hurting, or maybe it's the soul, and he doesn't feel good about it. Okay, so how do you make sure that your product is found? First, you got to know, is there a company or are there companies that do exactly that? That's one. Second, is there a real need in terms of volume instead of location, instead of in terms of pricing, location, volume, right? So you need to define clearly, what is the market like, who needs my product, and what do I want to do with this, right? That's the initial part of it. Then you need to define the goals for your company. What exactly defines a success? When do you say, oh, I've got it now, I've reached my objective, right? What is the goal? And then how long, in how long do I want to reach that goal, right? How long, how many months, years, days do I want to reach that specific goals, right? So you need to break that down in little and smaller steps as you develop the plan, right? First, you have a larger goal. Let's say, hey, in 5 years, I want to be like one of the top companies that is solving this issue here, and we're generating about, let's say 2,000, 20,000 sales per month, per year, depending on how you want to go at it, right? You can say it can be let's say 2,000 sales per month minimum, right? And now this is the goal for 5 years. How do I reach that goal? You need to break that down into 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, and tomorrow, right? Now, as long as you develop that, you need to know exactly in each of those steps what you need to do to actually reach that. Now, once you know what you need to do to reach that goal, you need to know, what resources do I need? Do I have the skills set already? Do I need to recruit somebody to get this done? Can I build a website myself? Can I implement the digital marketing strategy myself? Or do I know somebody? Do I need to associate myself with people? There's all kinds of things that you need to plan. And once you know what you have, right, what your objective is, and you have a plan toward it, then you get down to the next part, which is, how do I actually reach those targets, right? You know what they are. And this is where digital marketing comes in play. Because if you read properly, you're going to see that these are definitely the different steps of digital marketing. You need to implement a combination of this. Sometimes you may not have all the resources to start yourself now, but you need to strive to have a strategy for each of those fields every time at any type of the development of your business, right? Let's go through them. So website optimization, we talked about that. SEO, right? We talked about that. Social media, you're visible online on social media. You're sending emails to create value to your audience about, maybe you're sharing some of the content that you shared on social media. You're also sharing them through emails, for example, or you're offering discounts and stuff like that to your valued customers to create more value for them, right? Advertising, that's pay per click. We talked about it. And mobile and video, that's really, really powerful one. Right now, everybody's on their phone watching videos, watching reels. So you want to place yourself where people can actually see you, right? You need to break down exactly among all of this, what can I do myself? Can I find a team to do the things that I cannot do? Do I have the budget for this? And what is the timeline, right? And then you go on to the next step, which is, okay, now I know what I want to do. I need the budget. I need to define, okay, this is the amount of money that I'm putting on this feature, website optimization. I'm taking, let's say, 5,000 for the website build. right? I'm taking maybe 2,000 for somebody to plan my social media post for about 2 3 months, right? I'm taking I don't know $6,000 to create content for my blog, so I'm paying somebody to do that, right? Because you need all of this to be planned, and then once you have all of this planned, you need to define, okay, how do I measure the return on all of this investment, and when does it come back, right? You need to have a plan for that. And once you've done all of this, it becomes easier to measure, right, and adapt to the situation, right? You monitor the process. You make sure that everything is, first, was everything done exactly, or as much as possible close to what we had planned? What went wrong? Can we take measures to correct that in the future? Right? This is all types of things that you need to do once you have like implemented the first phase. So the first phase may take you 6 months, a year, 2 years, depending on how well you're working on or how disciplined you are at implementing your strategy, right? And this is gonna help you measure exactly, okay, this is where I want it to be. Quarter one ended, this is where we are. Is this okay? What can we do to adjust? Can we improve our processes? Something missed, okay, what do we do to fix that so that next quarter we can reach both targets as much as possible, right? That's how it is. Now that you know the scope of the project, you know everything about it, well, take action, right? You have a plan, you have your strategy, you have the targets, you have the budgets and the allocations that are made, you know who is doing what. Take action. That's the next step. That there's no going around that. You need to launch campaigns, right? Make sure you talk with the audience, manage the feedback, because somebody's going to like your product, but somebody is not going to like it. It's always like that. What do you do to actually improve your product or improve that customer that wasn't happy? What do you do to improve the experience about your brand? Because somebody that is not happy at the beginning can become a really strong advocate for you later, provided that you have fixed their issue, right? So there's all kinds of things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to digital marketing, but always, always, always keep learning. So it never ends, right? You're looking at me right now. I've been learning this for years now, and it's always something new to learn. It doesn't stop. So make sure you make some time to learn or discover what's going on right now on the market, what are other people's doing, right? A great way to actually do this is to keeping tabs on your competitors. What are they doing? Are they building new videos about this, or did they talk about a topic from a different subject, but you notice that a lot of them are doing this? Why? There's value in there. You need to find out why and make sure you implement strategies that help you stay current with your market. Now, of course, you need to network, develop your network of connections, and make sure that people actually test your product, right? And then say for themselves, oh, this is what I like, and this is what I don't like, right? Now, that is how you develop your business online. As you can see, there's a lot of things to cover, and that's why we have a series of 6 webinars. Well, we've got to the questions and answers section, right? You can put your questions in the chat, and we're going to be answering them, especially focusing on the most prominent ones, okay? And we got about 15 minutes for this, and here we go. All right, now that we're done with the questions, we're gonna be covering, showing you a little bit what we can do for you as peer dancers. Okay, we have at this point in time we're working on four main products, right? That we believe touch the different type of businesses. Especially, we focus on businesses that start that are in the 0 to 5 year of maturity, right? And the idea here is to make sure that we bridge the gap between them and the companies that have been implementing digital marketing strategies from scratch. Like they started doing this early enough, or they've been in business for like 8 years now, and at some point they got mature enough to know that, oh, this is what we need to do, right? There's a formula we have to respect, we have to follow, and we're gonna get the results that we need, right? So suppose as a young business, you started maybe 2 years now, things are not starting the way you want, or maybe you want to start next, but you're not sure what to do, or I've seen it so many times. People will build a website, like, oh, I don't need to pay somebody. Let me do just a week's website. Doesn't work like that. You're gonna have a website, but it's not gonna cover anything. because it's not being optimized or maintained in such a manner that's going to drive traffic and drive customers to you, right? The idea is to make people come to you to get your product, right? Now, what do we do to actually do this? For a company that maybe already has a stable clientele and they want to build their business up, the main thing that we will recommend is the inbound marketing packages, right? These packages are meant to create content, create social media posts, email marketing automations, and emails to create value and make sure that we segment your audience properly to give them the proper message, right? To create value in them. That's what you want. Always strive to create value with every communication that you send. Now, for somebody that is starting, or maybe they had like a website that is not fully professional or is not fully optimized, then we would recommend the Nitro projects. And we can send you a link to the Nitro projects page later, right? The idea here is to build a fully professional website that matches your branding and your identity, but that includes a really powerful set of features, including a CRM, customer relationship management program. You're going to be able to manage all your customers from your website, send your emails there, have your automations, adjust people behavior and send them automated emails depending on what they're doing. Like this is what the Nitro project is. And the e-commerce module is for those of you who are in the same category as the people who are starting the business, but they want to sell products on their website, right? You actually want to have a store where you sell, shoes again, and or clothes or any type of service, actually, service or product. We can build the e-commerce store for you straight in your Nitro projects. This is like an upgrade of the Nitro projects service. And the last one is education. This webinar is part of our service. It's a free service, right? And this is the part that tells you what you need to do to develop the business. The second part of the education services is about teaching you how to actually do those, right? So we're telling you first what you need to do because in most cases, if you're here, it means that you probably didn't know, okay? And now, what we're going to do is to build courses that are tailored to showing you how to actually implement them. Okay, so this is what we're going to do for you, provided that you're serious about developing your business. And if you want to reach out to us, it's very easy, right? We have all our contacts here. You can reach us on our website peerdancers.com or through email contact@peerdancers.com. And we've come to the end of this presentation. Thank you very much for your time. We hope that we've created some form of value for you and that this webinar has helped you, have an idea of all the things that we need to do to actually be successful in this landscape, right? And what you need to do to actually push your business to the next stage. Thank you very much for your time and see you on the next one.